Well, good morning. I'm Martin Tyner with the Enoch Wildlife Rescue, and food, breakfast, not for me, but for the gray foxes that we've got rescued. We've got 2 young gray foxes. They came to us 4 or 5 days ago. Of course, development is always an issue around here, and they were grading off for a new subdivision out on the desert, and they basically tore up the den of the gray foxes, and the fish game was called in. They caught 2 of the babies. One baby was already dead, and mom's gone. We don't know where she is, but so the babies were brought to us, and so come on, we'll introduce you to our baby gray foxes. So these are our baby gray foxes, and they're doing quite well. Let me see if I can move this a little bit.
I see one behind it. I'm getting pictures of it.
Hi, little ones. Hi, babies. Beautiful little critters. And they're eating really well. So we'll give these guys as little human interaction as we possibly can, and hopefully within a month we'll find some good habitat for them and get them released.
This is the first time I've come seeing them, so they're not getting interaction. Martin's just feeding and leaving them alone. Thank you for letting me see.
Look at the one.
Both up there.
They're both up there.
Do you know they could climb trees? These are 2 little fox kits that came in from south of St. George, quite a bit south, down near the southern border. And I guess they were putting in a whole subdivision, and they had big trucks out there grading up the ground and working on the ground. And so you can imagine how terrifying that would have been for these little kids in their den hiding. And at least one of their brothers or sisters died. These 2 were alive, and mom was gone because, you know, she will try and lead people away from the den, but they can't compete with encroachment and tractors and people and housing and developments. So they've been with us for a couple of weeks. They just got moved into this bigger facility. Gray foxes can climb really, really well, so they get up on these perches no problem at all. We have steel bars here and a solid floor so they can't dig out, and it'll just be a few more weeks. They've been eating Cody's food soaked, but we've started adding rats to their diet that have been frozen, and soon we'll start adding some live food, you know, mice and sparrows and things for them to catch in here so that they'll be ready to be released. Martin's looking for a good spot where it's away from, you know, don't want to take them back to the same spot, but someplace that's good where there's water and bugs and not so many people.
There's a lot down in Zion. I always see them down by the lodge. People feed them on the lawn.
The foxes?
Yep.
Really?
The gray foxes. That's the first place I saw them, was down there on the lawn.
Wow.
In Zion.
Well, we don't want them to be pets. We want them to just be wild and be free.
But people are feeding them right there on the lawn.
Oh gosh. Well, they're good scavengers.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen deer there.
Almost. Okay. One. Okay. We got you, babe. There we go. Got you, baby. Two.
My heart's pounding. Is yours?
Nope.
But I'll bet the foxes are.
What?
I says, but I'll bet the foxes' heart's pounding.
Sure.
I get nervous. Put you in for them. Ready for transport.
I told you I'm good at it, so
You are good. Okay. You are good.
Now the gray fox is considered a native species, but we do have red foxes here as well, and the Fish and Game consider them non-native and considers them invasive. So these guys we can release back to the wild. They've had very, very little human contact at all, so they're completely wild. In fact, my wife Susan was terrified about me catching up these foxes because they've been in a large chamber and running around, like I said, untouched by human hands. And she was, "Are you sure you're not going to get bitten?" I says, "No, my goodness sakes, they're just foxes. You know, I've handled a lot worse than foxes. So this is perfectly fine." And so you guys ready? Just okay. Open the doors, let the babies come out when they're ready.
Might take them a while.
Says, "I'm hiding in the box." In fact, if you want to come over here, Susan, and get some pictures of them in the box, or if you want me to, I can.
Here, I'll hand you the video. It's going.
No, they're fine. Okay, let's see here. Can we get in here and see the little guys in the box? There they are. There's our little gray fox down there in the box. And like I said, he's ready to go. We have a second gray fox right here in this box. There we go. Beautiful little foxes. I'm going to tip them up a little bit to encourage it. Oh, there goes one.
Have to.
Okay, that one.
It's gone. You didn't have to tip it up.
That one jetted right out. Are you about ready, little one? I don't want to come out of the box. This is scary. There you go. Little fox too.
Moving fast. They're wild.
They'll figure it out.
Well, they've got the whole night ahead of them.
Now the reason we chose this particular area, just so that you understand, it's good habitat. Like I said, these gray foxes will climb trees. And so we've got trees here, we've got a lot of open ground here, we've got some sagebrush, we've got a lot of rodents, we've got a lot of insects for them to eat, a lot of birds to eat. And so it's good habitat. And right here, they're close enough to big luxury homes that nobody will shoot them here. And so if we take them, out on the desert, completely away from people, guys come out and shoot things, shoot jackrabbits, and they trap coyotes with leg hole traps and those kinds of things. There'll be none of that here. And so this gives them the room they need, and it's close to civilization. Nobody's going to shoot them. So this is a really good place for these guys.
Still quite rural.
Yeah, it's very much so. And I mean, you can look up on the hill here, and you can see dotted an occasional, literally mansions up here. And so this is a really good spot to keep them protected. So another great successful release for the Enoch Wildlife Rescue Center. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know how much we got because they ran off quickly, but that's good. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, let's let him get used to his house. Let's go.
He'll make a new house too somewhere, but there's so many things.
We let him get used to his house.
There.
He climbed up higher in the tree. Let's see if we can find a good spot to see.
You're going? Good. Well, this is kind of a fun day for us. We've got a few critters to release. We just took a baby horned owl up to the rescue center and got it in a bigger chamber. And we're going to release a Cooper's hawk right here, and then a little further down the road we're going to release some kestrel falcons. So we're just not going to make a big deal. We're just going to go set him over here on the fence and open the box. You guys ready?
Get him over the wire.
Gotta lift it over the wire. You can hear all the little birds around here. That's what he eats. Yeah, that's a lot of songbirds. Wherever you want to be. Ready, guys?
Let me come over here behind her.
The lighting's just funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice to have the light behind you.
Okay.
Okay, these are some young kestrel falcons. We've got 3 of them that's ready to go back to the wild. And we've got lots of trees here. We've got a lot of good food sources. They eat a lot of grasshoppers, and we have a lot of grasshoppers out here. So this should be a wonderful place for the little guys. Hey, babies. Come on. Come on.
Flying good.
Flying well. Okay, next. Come on. Come on, babies. You can grab a hold of me. I don't worry about Kestrels grabbing me. Okay. And our last one. Hi, sweetie. You ready?
These are little Say's Phoebes, and they're flying up and grabbing crickets from us off tweezers. Leave that door open so they can come out when they're ready. They fly really good around the room inside, and they may sit there for a while because they've just been fed. You can sit down if you want.
Am I in their way if I stand?
Nah, you're okay. We'll leave the door open. It's nice out. They're good bug eaters. They catch bugs in flight, and they've been flying up to the top to catch crickets we put through with tweezers. We put a little bath pan down here, and they'll come bug us if they're hungry and not catching enough.
Oh, that's funny.
So these are the Say's Phoebes. There's also black Phoebes. And these are some of the cutest little little characters.
He's like, I found it.
Got 2 of the 3 sitting right on the front of the edge of the cage. Hi guys. You're thinking about coming out. Oh, maybe one did come out. When I looked out the window, I saw one on a perch and back, so one of them has come out. The others are thinking about it.
You free Daltons? They're so cute.
Now you can go catch your own bugs. We got plenty.
That's a little quail. Come on, guys.
Catch up with your
One
rest of
more.
your family, guys.
Going the wrong way.
1 or 2 more.
2 more.
There might be at least 1 more.
There you go. Join your family.
Now you can go catch your own bugs and have freedom.
Yep.
Find your own seeds. Oh, they're happy.
They are happy.
Good home for them. Back in the wild.
So mom does that first.
Yeah.
Her beak with
Well, actually, they're competing with other nestlings,
Yeah.
and so if you're not aggressive, you don't eat and you die. But since I'm not mom, he's a little bit afraid of me, and so I have to kind of gently feed him this way, and he will. In another day or 2, he'll start
Yeah.
begging for food.
Yeah. So how often do you feed him?
I feed him about 4 times a day,
A whole mouse?
a whole mouse.
And so you're going to, this one, you're going to raise it in captivity and,
Put it back in the wild.
Release it, yeah.
so you will release it
Yeah,
eventually.
basically with this little guy, he will, once he gets to the point that he's feeding himself, which is about another week. Another week, he'll be in a much bigger facility, and we'll just basically drop food in where he won't see us, and then as soon as the food hits the ground, he'll be running over there and eating as much as he can,
So this is you said it's a barn owl?
Barn owl,
So
yes.
that's the largest species?
Oh, no.
No, it's
Well, the largest in this part of the country is the great horn, but the great gray and the snowy owl are both larger than the great horn.
and then the barn owl, medium size.
Yeah, the barn owl is considered a large owl. I mean, I've got a screech owl at a rescue center right now. It's this big.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's twice as big as my flambulated owls that we get in. They're this big. They're really tiny.
So instinct will just kick in when he's bigger and be able to hunt on his own.
Well, we'll give him live mice. We basically put live mice in a large container with high enough walls that he has to fly in and catch.
Okay.
And so,
Start to teach him that that's what he needs. to do.
Right.
Yeah.
and so,
He is not too cute, is he?
yeah.
He's kind of a dinosaur.
Well, they are. These aren't dinosaurs. All of these birds are the remnants of dinosaurs. They survived the 65 million years ago, the asteroid that destroyed the Earth. These smaller avian dinosaurs survived. Avian dinosaurs. Yes, these are avian dinosaurs.
Chickens, essentially. Do you ever see a chicken eat a mouse? They go wild.
I have.
Really? Chickens will eat them.
And ducks, too. They fight over them.
Oh, yeah.
They'll swallow them whole too.
And they all went nuts trying to see who's going to get all the babies first.
There you go, kiddo.
Awful. Doesn't have to be the tail.
Slurp down the tail?
No, the tail's a
That big
little
noodle?
hard for him to swallow the tail, so we'll.
Let him see the tail.
In a couple more days, the tail won't be an issue. But like I said, they get bigger and consume more, and they'll eat larger pieces, so I don't have to cut it as small. And pretty soon, I'll put in whole mice, and he'll just carry them up himself and eat them, kind of a thing.
So he's going to be able to figure out how to catch a live mouse eventually?
Oh, yes.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, basically, everything is learned. And so basically, mom and dad don't teach them how to hunt.
They don't?
They do not teach them how to hunt. Basically, mom and dad feed them mice. And so what the baby birds will do is when they start flying, they'll follow mom and dad around. They'll see mom and dad go catch a mouse, and they'll go steal them from mom and dad. And they get so aggressive to mom and dad. Mom and dad say, to hell with that.
Go get your own.
We're migrating.
No,
You're on your own.
right, yeah.
And that's when they either sink or swim. They either are successful or they die. And so, we have to kind of duplicate that and just give them, they know what the food is, they know what it looks like. We put them in their chambers. They learn where the food is, how to start with dead mice and then go to live ones.
getting full. So they've had a couple each.
This one hasn't. The other one's had.
The one that was on the floor. So come on.
See that? Come on, buddy. Come here. It's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah. Oh, almost.
You can go get it off the floor now. So they're ready for release when they're flying up for food.
Oh, cool. Hey, Emily. Hi.
Okay, these little Phoebes are ready to go. They're getting wild and don't want to take food from me anymore, but they're eating crickets that I drop in. These are the Say's Phoebes. A couple of weeks ago, we released some black Phoebes. They are the neatest little insect-eating birds, so cute. Anyways, we're going to take them outside and turn them loose. So the minute I turned to go back in the house and turn my back on them, one blasted out of there as fast as could be. Now the other one's like, oh, shall I go too? He says they can sit there for, our robins sat for like an hour before they left, the ones we released last week. But you never know. Sometimes the minute the cage is open, they take off. So we try and let them do it when they are ready. Less handling is better. This poor little bird was a window strike. And been with us for, it's been about 3 days. And its head was hanging so low when it first came in. It looked awful. It's actually improving. Luckily, it is eating crickets. We try not to handle it at all. I'm dropping catch crickets with tweezers, pinch their heads, and drop them in the top so she can go down and eat them. Had another bird a couple of weeks ago that was the same thing, except instead of head hanging down, it couldn't even stand up. It was laying on its back from the window strike. So she's scared of me, but she's hungry and she's watching me throw those crickets down. So we can angle that so you can see her eating. This is Susan with Enoch Wildlife Rescue. Just introducing you to a new patient that has come in today. It was hit by a car. This is a young fledgling scrub jay. He's been sitting here quietly for a little over an hour. Let me put this door open and get some food in here for him. He's not ready to start eating yet. He's got quite a headache. He was found right on the road there in the Fiddler's Canyon area. So we're letting him sit quiet and rest. He's not skinny. They're good at eating seeds and nuts and insects and things. So I just put in the dish there for him. There's dried mealworms and peanuts and sunflower seed and all kinds of things. We also have live crickets. When he gets to feeling better, I'm sure he'd like a few of those. But right now we're just gonna let him rest and be quiet until he feels a little bit better from this concussion. He was hit by a car up in the Fiddler's Canyon area of Cedar City yesterday. Found on the middle of the road, nearly unconscious, not well at all. And luckily he's improved quickly and we're gonna be able to release him this morning. So we just need to let him rest quietly. Sometimes that's all they need. And other times, just like this other one, this one hit a window. It's doing much better. But you may have seen it in some of the other videos. It couldn't get up this high at all before. In fact, it could barely sit on the ground and its head just hung down. It's got more movement of its head now and it's improving a lot. So some of them have to be with us longer than others. Window strikes and car hits can cause death. So any of them that can recover, we're grateful for. We'll get this guy turned loose here in just a little while. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. These two hummingbirds came in 2 different days. One was here 2 days ago and one was here yesterday. They both hit windows. We call it window strikes. Come on, let's get you turned over. And they get such a concussion they can't even balance. So we have to help several times a day get them set back up, because if they try and fly or anything, they just fall over on their back. So we will provide them with food and shelter, and hopefully they will recover enough that they can start eating insects and fly and be released back to the wild again.
It means a great deal to me that we were finally able to build this facility, and it's because of all of you, and thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, your support, your hard work, everything that you've done to make this facility possible. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.